Good morning, guys. Monday, May 18th. I hope everybody's well. Woohoo! You guys are getting so close. So we have this week and next week. And the last of the three written responses for your end of the year reflection are due by this Friday. So those three would be number 3, 5, and 7. So let me just quickly point out that number 3 is how over the course of the year, through this pandemic period as well, of course, note how what you have learned explicitly, like a specific concept, idea, theory, strategy, something very explicit, or something more implicit about humanity at large, the role of science in culture, whatever it is, how this has changed or added to your perception of the world. So be specific, right? So in Miss Magnuson's science class this year, when we were studying yada, 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 I realized that. Or in Miss Short's class this year, when we were talking about, or in ceramics, when we were utilizing these resources. So be specific, okay? So that's number 3. Number 5 is a current news article. So again, let's try very hard not to be vague, like in general, articles today about whether or not we're entering a great recession, blah, blah, blah. But specifically, and use those MLA leads. So Tom Smith's article entitled The Beginning of the New Great Recession in the New York Times states that. So something, again, very specific there, using those leads. Number 7 is just a broader idea of how none of us are just one thing. I think we know this. We're not just the hockey player. We're not just a softball player. We're not just, a sophomore. We're not just a child of parents who, whatever. So a broader, more nuanced perception of how you are more than one thing, perhaps something you realize about an evolving sense of yourself, right? And we've definitely had a lot of time recently to examine things about ourselves, which sometimes can be hard. Um, can be kind of like, I don't want to see myself really, especially because we are so busy usually with our peers, with our daily lives, with our social engagement that rarely, oftentimes, do we have the time to just sit and dwell, which is like good stuff, but sometimes hard. So, anywho, the last of the written responses this week, yes. And then what I'm going to be doing is next Monday, setting up a Google, and maybe I'll do it for the end of the week as well. Setting up a Google document that you will choose a time slot, and in small groups, we will discuss these features. I'm not going to be really firm about following that score discussion rubric, but more so just engaged. So I'll put that out soon. If you have questions, let me know, but I hope everybody has a good week. I do believe I heard we might hit 80 this week, which is very exciting. So be well, folks. Miss you.